I visited Disneyland constantly when I was younger. The vibrance of the park, the fresh smell of cookies and bread, and of course, the castle that everybody loves. I loved all of the attractions, the snacks, and the characters. Of course, those things were meant to distract you from the deep dark secrets below ground. The hauls for the garbage, the mass shared underwear, the endless amounts of sick. I can go on, but there's one vivid fact that lingers with me ever since I had left that hell on earth. No one dies at Disney. I had applied to work in the Orlando park when I finished my bachelor's, and I got lucky out of a few dozen. Sure, it was a janitorial job, but nothing gave me more thrill than working on the same park that basically housed my childhood. I was given a decent pay, some benefits, and I had a shift from noon to midnight. Perfect to smell the cookies in the day to enjoying the fireworks at night. I worked with two people that wore suits, and some of the greatest people that I had known at the park. Jim, who was tall yet lanky enough to wear the Goofy costume, and Damien, who had the talent to voice Donald perfectly, thus had the job of working the suit. They were amazing to work with, and they loved their roles. Of course, they were a little older than I was, so they knew more of the park than I did. When I was starting to work there, Damien had given me a task of showing me around the underground. "Oh yeah, bud, you'll love working here. Of course, you'll be down here most of the time, but you'll get used to it." Damien was the giddy one with lots of energy, so I had to keep up and pay attention simultaneously. He showed me the security room, the suit room, the medical room, and the garbage disposal machine, where we had to wear masks to dispel the smell. At the end of our tour, we passed the door that seemed a bit off. There were many locks on it, and what seemed to be padding surrounding the doorframe. I asked what the door's purpose was, and Damien stopped. His normally cheery and boisterous demeanor shattered, and he spoke with fear and resentment. "Don't enter that door. Don't ask. Don't wonder. Don't attempt. Let's keep going." I was quite scared after that, but I followed his orders. I enjoyed the work that I was given, despite the area, and tolerated it for a while. The annual fireworks for the 4th of July was happening later during my shift, and I helped Damien and Jim into the new suits. These suits were different from the others, since they were made with dry fur and had plastic gloves and eyes. Jim didn't like the suit very much, but had to wear it since it came with a raise, and Damien didn't care. They were going to stand on a raised platform and wave, so it didn't matter which suit they wore. I was a bit concerned for them, but reassured they were going to be fine. I wish I convinced them to think otherwise. Later on, the fireworks were lighting up the starry night sky in a blaze of glory. The kids and their parents alike enjoyed the view while their pals Donald and Goofy waved above. I was cleaning the underground at the time, and then something happened. Disney paramedics rushed through carrying two horribly burned suits that were crying and screaming in agony. I rushed behind and went into the medical room after. The new Donald and Goofy suits, which were still being worn by Damien and Jim, were present. Jim had lost both of his legs, half his right arm, and had firework shards on his chest, while Damien's suit beak was torn straight from his jaw, which was also torn off. He was missing both arms, and the suit's leg were charred into his. The fireworks had lost their stand during their takeoff and shot a big bomb near them, launching them into a flammable shrubbery. The sight of that made me so sick I nearly passed out. The boss came through and assured me that it'll be okay, but I knew they were going to die. I ran through the underground, into the bathroom, threw up, and cried for my friends. Later on, their names were erased from the work schedule, and their work folders were burned. The bosses and coworkers never mentioned their names again, and I heard the padded door at the end of the hallway open and shut. I tolerated that job for the rest of the year, cleaning near their workstations and occasionally letting a tear drop. Each time I cleaned around the door, sometimes I heard a knock or a whistle or a whisper saying, "Buddy." Something Damien used to say to me. I shuddered every time I heard it. I went to my boss to collect my last paycheck and mentioned Damien's name. "Who?" "Damien. the Donald that died last summer. Then, he said something to me that took all the magic out of the park. Don't be ridiculous. No one dies at Disney. I left with fear in my mind and a gut-wrenching feeling. Whatever was behind that door, it was not special or important enough for them to care. It haunts me to this day, what people don't know about the darkness that surrounds the beauty and the fun of Disney. Hey guys, thanks for watching tonight's video. Special thanks to Sparked Sigma for writing tonight's story. You can find the original story and more from them in the link down below. Remember to like and subscribe, and any feedback is appreciated. I have a new Instagram page set up at cryptic_nightmareyt, and you can follow me there for more exclusive Instagram content. And remember, next time you go to Disneyland, make sure to never go near the padded door. Good night.